Hello, welcome. What is good, everyone? Tone here, and today we are checking out the newly released Risk of Rain Returns. The last video I did here was revisiting the original Risk of Rain in preparation for this occasion, and now Risk of Rain Returns is here, which is a remake of the original game. So we'll get into what that means and what the changes are in a moment here. But let's start it up and get into a game and talk about it a bit. You can already see the UI is much cleaner, especially for a controller, which is what I'm using here. Before, the controller would basically just move the mouse cursor around. So this is like really just up to snuff for like new audiences here. We have all of the characters from the last game, including some new ones. I don't have them unlocked yet. They brought in some of the ones from Risk of Rain 2, and there are some brand new ones. One of the new ones is called the Pilot. I just unlocked the Enforcer here as I was checking the game out. Let's go ahead and jump in with the Commando here. Probably should do the Huntress because we played the Huntress revisiting Risk of Rain 1 yesterday. But I'm going to go with the Commando because I should have showcased the Commando Risk of Rain 1 footage a little bit because like you can see his animations are actually like very different. But let's jump into here. We got some skin selections, and that's probably because of the multiplayer has been improved in this. There are now alternate skills like they had in Risk of Rain 2, so they brought that to Risk of Rain 1, which is really cool. You have to unlock these. It looks like there are two ways to unlock a lot of these skills. There are these Providence trials, which is like a mode where there's like little like challenge objectives you can do, which we'll take a look at later. And by the way, later we will go through after I do a run and check out like a bunch of the like new options and some like other UI stuff there. But I want to get some gameplay in here real quick. And there are multiple ways to unlock these, so you can either do the Providence trial, or what I like about this, at least for Commando, it just says complete 25 stages as Commando. So in Risk of Rain 2, there were some of these objectives that were just like really annoying to do. I can't think of any, like, the only one that comes to mind right now is one was like for Huntress to get 12 crowbars. That would unlock one of these. And so that usually meant you were going to like sometimes throw away a run just so you could like stack 12 crowbars to unlock that. But then like you weren't getting 12 crowbars because you thought it was the best strategy. You were doing it only to unlock this. And it usually put you in a worse position. So that's one of the things we've got here. So I like how it now, this one is defeat 3,000 enemies. It's just, you'll unlock all of these just by playing the game the way that you want to, which is really cool. I don't know if they're all like that. We could perhaps take a look. Let's see. Yeah, collect 300 items, defeat 3,000 enemies. Yeah, so I like that a lot compared to what they did in Risk of Rain 2 for unlocking these. You'll unlock all these just by playing the game, which is excellent. Alright, so let's go to the Commando. I don't have any of these unlocked yet, so we just have our base skill set, which is like, we just have like a gun here. This is something that does extra damage and shoots through enemies. We have a dodge roll with invuln frames. And we have the suppressive fire, which is some knockback, stun, and like rapid fire with like good damage. Difficulty here, I'm gonna go ahead and I've been playing on Monsoon here because I think as I get more experience with the game, this is the difficulty I'm gonna find to be a lot of fun. And if people want to see more of this on my channel, we'll probably do some Monsoon. I think for the purpose of this, showcasing the game, I'm gonna go down to Rainstorm. And then artifacts are game modifiers that you unlock throughout the game. I don't have any of those yet. I also want to show you the rules here. We're playing on the modern, but you can actually go down to classic because they changed like a bunch of the gameplay updates. So this lets you remove a lot of the gameplay updates that they did, and then you can actually like customize which ones you like. So there's new teleporter mechanics. You don't have to defeat all enemies anymore after the teleporter, which is something that some players didn't like because sometimes there would just be like one enemy like all the way across the map that you missed somehow and you have to go get it. You don't have to worry about that anymore. New interactables, so these are different kinds of chests and shrines that we'll run into throughout our run. A lot of them come from Risk of Rain 2. There's new enemies, new stage variations. So I don't know how many, and I was wrong when I was revisiting Risk of Rain 1. I said I thought maybe that the levels were procedurally generated. There's actually just like variations of them. So there's variety. And the procedural generation comes from the location of chests, the exit, and like enemy spawning and stuff. But now there's even more variations that can show up. And there are also new items. So we're going to be playing on modern here. And you can also... fantastic accessibility options here. If you think the game, like, you just want to play it a little differently, you can adjust how much damage that you deal and how much you take. So you can make the game significantly harder, significantly easier, and just a fantastic customization option there. All right, let's jump right into a run here. So right away, we're going to notice that the art of the game, the pixel art, I want to remove this bar real quick. Accessibility options. We'll take a closer look at these later. I had this health bar turned on that was over my character's head, and then because I thought it sounded like it would be useful, but I found that I didn't actually end up using it. This is a really good place for this shrine that spawns enemies we have to kill. But yeah, the pixel art is like fully updated. The animations are different, so you didn't used to see like the bullet trail in Commando's guns like you do here. And I think the new animations make the game like significantly more readable. Yeah, so that shrine is a little cheaper than a normal chest, and it summons guys, so you have to kill them within a time limit. And that was an ideal position for them to be in. Once they start like falling off of ledges and stuff, it gets a lot more challenging. The levels look a lot different, the animations look different, the art of all the characters looks different. Here's a mountain shrine. That's a new one from Risk of Rain 2, and that makes the teleporter boss more difficult. So I may have doomed our run already by hitting that, but we'll see. Now, my first impression of this new art style is that I actually prefer the original art style. It was a much... So this, like, these colors are like way brighter than they were in the previous game. Which doesn't fit the tone of the game as much for me. But something that they do is make the game far more readable, which is like a net plus. So we got another chest here. And I think that this like new color palette is going to grow on me. But I do think that the like kind of desaturated tones of the first game really like fit into the theme of it, and is part of what like really made the tone and vibe of that game what it was. And that was like one of the high points of the game, and that was a contributor to it. Let's see, so I got some defensive items here. That heart gives me a shield that is like temporary. It like absorbs a hit and then it recharges over time. And then I also got this monster tooth, which I think heals me after killing enemies. Okay, this looks like the end of the level. Once I can go up. I think this is one of the new variations of the map. I don't know how many there were before, but every map looks like it has 6 levels now. Something that's really cool that we'll look at later is if you collect the log for a map, you can actually like expand the whole map and look at the whole thing. So these maps actually felt huge to me when I was first playing. Like I thought they were bigger than they used to be. I was trying to grab that rope before falling up into that. So there's a secret there. Am I able to get to that some way? Doesn't look like it. Not from here, at least. You often get to these through, like... Okay. Yeah, that didn't work. There's usually, like, hidden walls or something. Yeah, some of the maps felt a lot bigger to me, and I was almost wondering if it was like the difficulty, like maybe Monsoon difficulty gives you bigger maps, but that's not the case because they're fixed maps. We're gonna double Mountain Shrine? I guess we will. There have been a few times where it took me like 10 minutes to find the exit, which is far from ideal in this run. You want to like find the exit in like 3 minutes or so, ideally, and then like get off the map within 5 usually. But I think I just need to learn the maps. Alright, here's our shrine, or our teleporter. 2 mountain shrines. Alright. So we're fighting 3 bosses here. To that shrine. I think we actually got the best bosses for this. This Greater Wisp is going to be a pain. I want to take them out. So that's how the shrine made the teleporter boss more difficult. Difficult is we have to fight more of them. It looks like they won't even step off the ledge, so I think we got like probably one of the easiest bosses for that. Which is what I was hoping for. Fighting like 3 Wandering Vagrants or 3 like Magma Worms would have been much more difficult. Oh, there's a guy that just spawned on me. You can see the range on our weapons is pretty long, so when I jump up and shoot that, like it's called the Full Metal Jacket. I think of it as like a shotgun. It hits all 3 of them and does some good damage. I think enemies stop spawning now. Because the timer is up. I want to see... I don't want to waste too much more time on this level, but I'm going to look up here and see if there's any chests that we can grab. There's one. Yeah, heal after kills. Excellent. I think we got the chests that were at the bottom there. We can run to the left a little bit and see if there's any more chests over there. Surprised even the small stone golems don't jump down off of this thing. Okay, one of them died. Each one of them drops an item. More guys are spawning. I don't know if the stone golems themselves spawn things. Okay, so that's all we got is one of these things. Oh, did I miss one? Ooh. Okay, yeah. He jumps. Ooh, we got a rare or legendary item. Equipment has a chance to have double effects. Nice. Okay, and there's an equipment. Alright, let's get off of this level. Shattered Mirror makes a... I think it said a clone of us for 15 seconds. I didn't see what the first thing we got from them is, the item with the yellow outline, which is a boss-specific item. In Risk of Rain 2, it gives you, like, armor and some healing, so it might do that. But let's look at our build. It's very defensive. We have 2 of these hearts that give us shields. We have 2 Monster Teeth, which heals us after kills. 2 Brooches, which give us a temporary shield on kill. We have the ATG missiles, which is what launches the missiles sometimes when we hit enemies. It's like a 7% chance or something. We have the bottle rockets, which go off when we open interactables. That yellow item, which I assume is like an armor thing, but I'm not sure. Can I look at these? No. I know in Risk of Rain 2 there was like a way you can like hover over them. Let's just set up the boss because we're already pretty far into the run here. Alright, we got a magma worm. I used my clone mirror, so there's two guys. I'm basically doing double damage. I'll watch those snipers up here. Let me grab the soldier syringe. It's going to increase our attack speed. Keep moving, that area is getting a little dangerous. So this is a new chest type, gives us defensive items. So I got another monster tooth. Ooh, killing an enemy fires spirit bolts. Another legendary. Those are supposed to be rare. So having two of them at this point is really surprising. I'm about to get killed here if I'm not careful. Oh my gosh. Ooh. A lot of my healing comes from killing enemies, so I need to try and get some kills here. There's a lot of enemies over on the left, so maybe I just need to like get my way back there. But of course, having lots of enemies is also dangerous. Right, I'm going to activate my use item again. Double damage here. Possibly triple if that other thing went off. Does look like my health is pretty good again. Alright, boss down. Red whip. We get faster movement when we're outside of combat. Alright, let's grab a few items before we leave here. There was a chest up there. Can we get up there? No, I don't think so. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time. But especially with this red whip, we can move pretty fast. Let's see if we can just find a few chests. Is there like a secret to get down here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, I probably should just leave. So I'm not seeing anything. Although I am curious what's down here. There's like a lot of ropes and stuff. Prison shackles, slow enemies on attack. Okay, that's probably good enough. Ooh, infusion. Killing an enemy permanently increases your health. Very good. I don't know if they capped that in this game like they ended up doing in Risk of Rain 2. In the original, it would let your health go all the way up to 999. We can check the item log, which gives you detailed information with the item to see if that's the case. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so we didn't get a ton of items that run, or that level. We got a lot of like green items though, which is good. Alright, so we're in like an underwater level right now. some stuff here, get enough. I'm gonna even pop the thing right now. Some money to open this chest. Another one of these hearts. Very tanky build here. Interesting. There's gotta be something down here. I'm curious to see if there's like a secret in the wall. Doesn't seem like it. Although there is a chest. Oh, found one secret. Okay. So there's like an invisible ladder there. So we have a chest. I think this thing gives us a random item. This orange crate is a equipment barrel. Gives you equipment specifically. There's a chest right here. So there's a lot of items down here. Let's see, how would I get into that? Not seeing any obvious way. We're gonna need a lot of money to get all the stuff that's down here. I was gonna say, I don't know if we're gonna get it just from all the stuff that's right here. Oh my god, I'm actually getting hurt pretty badly right now. Rapidly heal outside of danger. But yeah, I was planning on coming back here when we had more money. I could probably open a few things just hanging out. Another infusion. So I think that's going to make our health go up faster as we kill enemies. I feel like there's a lot of chests on this level compared to the last one. A lot of dangerous elites here. Okay, all the elites are dead. Another healing item. Receive delayed heal after taking damage. Okay, there's nothing up there. Possibly that left side of the map is where the secret is to get to that logbook, but I'm not gonna mess around with it too much. Attack faster at low health. Oh, is that a wandering vagrant? It is. Life savings, gain gold over time. So the difficulty is high enough right now that bosses are spawning as normal enemies. Oh, hang on. We just found a secret. This is how you unlock Acrid. You find him on a level, and you have to beat him in a boss fight. That's this dinosaur-looking monster that's chasing me right now. Just fall off the map. Oh no, he got back up. Could the teleporter be up that rope ladder? Okay, an enemy... This elite is healing everyone. This is really annoying. I can pop my use item there. This use item gives me a nice damage boost. It's hard to see, but it gives me like a shadow clone. Nice, we just unlocked a character. And I wonder if he always drops a legendary. That is the Wandering Vagrant's equipment. Which, like, does that attack that he's doing right now, basically. Alright. Teleporter is up here, okay. More Wandering Vagrants. So these, like, kind of force you to keep moving. So you don't get hit by those orbs. Taking this route isn't efficient because, or this loop that I'm on, because I kind of want them to keep trailing behind me. So I think I'm just going to try to stay on this long horizontal path. It's going to be dangerous when I need to turn back around. Popping my usability. I think I have to go up here. Oh my gosh. This section right here is a little annoying. Having to climb up that ladder to get back up. Guess I don't have to walk past that. Okay, my damage feels a little lacking right now with how long these guys are taking to kill. Alright, my use item just came back up. This is one of the problems with the Mountain Shrine, is that if it takes you too long to kill the boss, because there's like just a bigger health pool to contend with, it raises the difficulty like a lot. And all you're really getting out of it is an extra item. So unless you have very good damage, they can be a bit of a trap, which I think may be what it was for me right now. Not having good damage is just going to get worse. Alright, I just use my usability, little damage boost. But because the difficulty is going up. Ooh. What was that? Ooh, okay. Oh no. Another beating embryo. The red whip is really saving us because it's letting me create like a larger gap for a moment while I'm letting my cooldowns come back up. See, right now it's giving me this like big speed boost. Oh, I just shot in the wrong direction. Ooh. Okay. Alright, we need damage badly. I have a ton of money. Let's just hit this shrine a bunch. Life savings and smart shopper. So we're just gonna have a ton more money. Smart shopper makes all the chests and everything cheaper to use. Oh my god, I got another smart chopper. Chance to freeze enemies on hit. Is that it? There was an item up here I can grab real quick. Otherwise, we need to get that out of here. Because this is what, the third stage? I'm at 25 minutes. Not good. Let's see, the hive cluster. What is this? Oh, a gup. These are from Risk of Rain 2. Ooh, snipers. Oh, it says one drone. I'm supposed to put a drone into that machine. I have no idea what that does. Okay, I see there is a secret down here. Oop. I don't know how to get into that. It might be related to the drone machine. That was a big drop I just made. This feels like a very vertical level. Okay. I can actually probably afford to put my health into that shrine up there that costs health. With all my defense. It is a scary proposition. That's what killed me when we revisited the first Risk of Rain. Speaking of drones, I don't think we've seen a drone to even purchase yet, which is interesting. Our damage feels okay. Here's a drone. Let's go put it in that thing. I don't know how to get up there yet again, but we'll figure it out. The logbook I can't seem to get to. Oh. Secrets. These birds do so much damage in Risk of Rain 2. Oh, I can climb on these. This is an expensive drone. Uh-oh, I'm slowed. That was really dangerous. One of those enemy effects slowed me. Alright. I'm going to pop my use item now. Going back through these guys is going to be nasty. Oh, yeah, there we go. Dodge 7 lethal attacks. We unlocked Acrid. And the Lost Doll. The Bandit Survivor. Prophet's Cape. Nice. That was a fun round, but yeah, as we got into... Honestly, I don't know if it was strictly that mountain shrine, because the Wandering Vagrants we had to fight, I was mostly hitting them with my shotgun, which pierces them and does damage to both of them at once. There's actually 3 of them, but 2 are from the mountain shrine. So I don't know if that really slowed us down that much, but my damage was like severely lacking for killing that boss. I probably spent at least 5 minutes just kiting that thing around, and that's what made this level so hard. So that's what ended up getting us in the end here, I think. But that was a fun round. We had a good build. Yeah, so the Colossal Knurl was I was wondering about early on. Increases health, health regen, and armor. What offensive items did I have? An ATG missile, fireworks, the embryo sort of, the syringe, the dagger sort of. Attack faster at low health. Something like a very small number of our items were offensive, like less than 20%. So I think that's kind of what ended up killing us there. And I got to the point where I couldn't really stand still long enough to actually like make use of the soldier syringe just firing my main attack. I had to just like kite, use my cooldowns, kite, use my cooldowns. I think that was a little less efficient. That was a fun run. I really want to jump right back into another one, but I think we will tour a few other features in the new game here, the remake, and then I'll probably do more runs in the future here. But let's take a look at, we have the logs here so you can see all the items. You get really like detailed descriptions of the items here. You can see what you haven't unlocked, and you can see how to unlock them. So you have goals here. You have logs for all of the monsters. They just have a chance of dropping these. So we picked up this Lemurian one over in the first level today. It tells you their base health and damage and other stats like that. There's also lore here. In Risk of Rain 2, there was a lot of like background lore implied, which is pretty interesting. Where people were into seeing that. Like it doesn't like come up in the gameplay. Usually it's like not in your face, but like if you read like the logs and the item descriptions and stuff, there's a lot of lore. It's almost like a Dark Souls approach to world building. And here are the environment logs. So this is the one I just found. There's a little flavor text there, and then we can also expand and look at the whole map, which this part is really cool. So this one feels like 2 levels. There's like this area that you can go up to here. But there's actually a really small map when you look at, you know, honestly all the maps feel a lot smaller when you look at them like this. But this one basically just has 3 tiers. There's just this, and then this like bottom section which has like, there's like 3 like platforms down here kind of, and then there's like this top area. Interesting. Very cool. Here's where the secret was, right there in the middle. But yeah, you see this is variation 5 out of 6. And these settings, I wanted to look at these accessibility options. So there's a rapid fire that lets you hold down the button to fire more. There's an auto jump, which lets you hold down the button to keep jumping. You can hit up to jump. Hold to swap replaces the swap equipment button with holding the interact button. Controls. Oh, this is huge actually, especially because I've been like messing around with the controls, trying to like dial in like what works best for me. Before you just saw your abilities and the cooldowns at the bottom of the screen. This actually shows what button each one is, so that's really helpful for doing that. And then these show a health bar and your skills like in the center of the screen. I thought I'd like this, but I ended up noticing I wasn't actually using it. I kept looking at the bottom. But yeah, a lot of great accessibility options here. And then there's also the Providence trial. So maybe I haven't done these at all yet, but like this one says defeat a horde of enemies guarding the final Colossus. And it says there's a record here for like 1 minute and 35 seconds. So I guess they're kind of like timed trials, like scenario event sort of things, which are probably a lot of fun. And a lot of the like unlocks for character alternate abilities you can do through this as well, is what I noticed. So you can unlock stuff through here, which is really cool. So maybe we'll do another session sometime where I just like check a few of these out and see what they're all about, because they're probably a lot of fun too. That's it. Risk of Rain Returns. Very fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's really cool. And this doesn't come across in the video, and I don't think I mentioned it, but like just the tactile feel of the game just like is a lot better. Like playing Commando, I don't know if it's like sound effects or the visuals, or just how like the animations are, which is honestly probably a combination of all of the above. But all of these come together to make the game just feel like a lot better to play, which is great. And I think like the enemy animations and the way like the art is just makes the game like more readable in general. So it's like easier for you to read enemies and dodge them. It's easier to like see where like points of interest are that you want to go to. So stuff like that. The last thing I'll note here is last year, Hopu, which is the developer of this game, and Risk of Rain 2 was acquired by Gearbox Software, which is a big company that a lot of fans of indie games like the original Risk of Rain have mixed feelings about. A lot of people just won't like them. Risk of Rain Returns was something that was, as far as my understanding and what they said when the acquisition occurred, this was like fully under the purview of the original Hopu team. So they developed this on their own. And I think this is the last thing that they have involvement with in the Risk of Rain IP, and Gearbox is probably taking over from there. Now, Gearbox worked on the Risk of Rain 2 Survivors of the Void DLC, which is actually a really excellent expansion. I enjoy it a lot. So that actually, like, you know, gives me some faith and hope that the game will continue to be in good hands. But they also did announce some kind of like mobile gacha style Risk of Rain's like IP game. So I don't know what that, if that's going to be good or what that is. I haven't like looked into it that much. I just saw the announcement. So they may also be wringing the IP dry, but Risk of Rain Returns is great. What they've done, Gearbox did with Risk of Rain 2 so far has been excellent. But I just wanted to mention that because I know, like, I don't think everyone's aware of like how that split worked, especially in as it pertains to Risk of Rain Returns. But Hopu stayed on to develop this game, and I think they did a great job. It's really cool. When I talk to developers, a lot of the time they say like, oh, if I knew this back when I was like working on this game, or like if I could go back and do it, I'd change like this like mechanic or the way this is designed. And a lot of that is just from like you learn as you continue developing games and like just, you know, getting experience. You get like stuff from player feedback, and there's a lot of stuff you learn that like you can only learn from having the game out there to get that feedback and by working on other projects. So to get the opportunity to remake your game 10 years later, like this is probably just full of like those lessons learned, I imagine, that like you pick up like that. And I think that's really cool that a developer can have the opportunity to do something like that. And for this game to be as successful as I'm assuming it is, I haven't looked at what like the sales might look like or whatever, but there's been a lot of buzz about this game, and I imagine this game's going to be very successful. Well, that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Do check out the links in the description below. You can find my Patreon down there if you want to show some support for me and my work here. That's over at patreon.com/tonehack. You can also find my Discord community down there, if you want to hang out with me and the rest of the community there. Always a lot of very cool conversations going on, a lot of sharing news, especially with roguelikes and indie game development. That's it for me for now. If you want to see more Risk of Rain, let me know, because I'll probably do like some runs, especially as I get a little more experience here and start doing monsoon runs and stuff, because I think I'm going to be playing this game for a while. I'm definitely enjoying it so far, so I'm looking forward to playing it some more. That is it for now. So once again, thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everyone.